Okay, thanks. Okay, so hello again. Today, more than 80% of global humankind's food supply, calorie supply, is based on crops. And to keep us fat, the United Nations predicts that in the next 30 years, we need to increase that global food production by more than 50%, without new land, despite water shortage and under changing climatic conditions. My name is Max. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ConstellR, which is a joint spin-off of two of Europe's largest research organizations, Fraunhofer and the German Aerospace Center. And with ConstellR, we are going to help safeguard humankind's food security by answering the market need for high-resolution temperature monitoring data. Because we agree with the United Nations to conserve our resources, to protect our environment, and most importantly, to keep humankind fed, agriculture must become more efficient. And to do so, we need systems which can monitor our crops' health daily, globally, and on the level of a single field. And with ConstellR, we're going to provide exactly such a system from space. Since already today, there are a lot of analytics companies, and those are the customers we're targeting, so we're selling our data to, which are using a variety of data sets to create information products, for example, in agriculture. And these products are then enabling their customers to better predict and increase crop yield, for example. But the market is facing several challenges. First of all, not all data is well accessible, and more severely, we have dramatic gaps in our monitoring capabilities. Because current satellite systems have, while having amazing imaging capabilities in the in the radar spectrum and the visual, neither of those spectra are well suited to monitor crop health. To do so, we need to take the plant's temperature, and we can do so in the thermal infrared. But here we simply lack coverage. So current Earth observation systems are not fit for purpose, and that is putting a massive constraint on the market. With ConstellR's patent-pending architecture, we are now able to put precise thermal monitoring in a CubeSat format. And to do so, we are leveraging a set of different technologies, including highly folded freeform optics, ultra-compact cryo-cooled detectors. We have cooperative operation schemes using existing space infrastructure and, for example, also generative manufacturing, so 3D metal printing. And all of those enable us to know, for the fractional price of one large traditional satellite, send dozens and dozens of smaller satellites into orbit. And they can then continuously deliver the data we so severely need. Of course, you may argue that there are different other ways to obtain this data, and you're right. We can stick sensors in the ground or fly drones across our fields. But this is a global challenge, and the only global solution is actually coming from space. And today, there's a limited number of organizations which are currently trying to put up their own capacity into space. What makes us confident to win out in the end is the fact that all of them have to compromise on either resolution, on global coverage, or on accuracy. And this will make us the only provider of data with a combination of these features, in particular the large system accuracy. But we are not only 30 times cheaper than large systems, but we're also scalable to the market needs. And that is important because the market that we're entering is an emerging one. It is strongly driven by population growth, by climate change, and by agriculture regulations. Following reports of Euroconsult and others, we estimate the total addressable market size of around 11 billion euros by 2030. And while agriculture is our initial market and the analytics companies therein, our initial customers, we all get requests from companies out of different other sectors, for example, infrastructure monitoring. So we believe that by the end of the decade, we have a total revenue potential of around $100 million US. And we're confident to achieve this because our team is not only covering the technical side of things, but we've also picked up in-sector knowledge during our times at respective companies, including, for example, Munich Re or Airbus. So we combine the innovative strength of two large European research organizations with the industrial manufacturing quality of our partners, including, for example, Nanoavionics or large system integrator OH System AG, and our own startup Drive. And to this date, we've already secured more than 2 million euro of public funding. And this means that next year we can already launch our fully financed in-orbit demonstrator, again with Airbus. So if you want to save fresh water, speak to us. If you want to grow your crops better, speak to us. If you need better crop yield prediction, speak to us. And if you need high-resolution thermal infrared data for applications in infrastructure monitoring, in irrigation management, in wildfire detection, urban monitoring, you name it, come and speak to us too. To sum up, we are going to avoid the impending agricultural breakdown by providing much-needed land surface temperature thermal imaging capability. And we can do so 30 times cheaper than before by using our patent-pending architecture. And with our fully financed in-orbit demonstrator next year, we'll start launching our constellation. We're going to build up a constellation driven by the market need. And yeah, we are targeting a revenue potential by 2030 of around $100 million annually. With this, I'd like to thank you very much for your attention. My name is Max from ConstellR. Thank you very much. Mark. Yeah.
So what's the resolution of your thermal payload?
Yeah. So we're going to be better than any existing instrument in space currently. We're going to have 45-meter resolution, and it's going to be daily coverage. So ideally 24 hours, we can go higher. As I said, it's scalable. And the, let's say, radiometric resolution, so the temperature resolution, it's going to be in the range of 30 millikelvin. So a fraction of a degree, and the absolute temperature accuracy is going to be 1 Kelvin. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, no, there's one more. Yeah.
Yeah, just a question. So you compared your solution to some of existing projects to solve agriculture issues. There is also a lot of solutions using drones with very precise things.
Yeah.
How do you differentiate your approach?
Okay, it's a very simple answer. So drones are expensive. We have 1.4 billion hectares of agricultural land on the globe. It's a global challenge. So we think it's not feasible to put 1.4 billion either IoT sensors in the ground or maybe fly 10 million drones over the fields. I think this is a solution for, let's say, the richer countries in the world. But by 2050, most of the food is going to be produced in sub-Saharan Africa and in South America. And we believe that it's going to be a complementary solution, but for the most part of the world, satellites are the only answer. Yeah. This is not making you happy, this answer. No.
Hi, I was wondering, who's your final client? I mean, who buys the data in the end? Do you process everything and sell it to an agriculture cooperative, or who's the final?
Yeah. So what we do is we process, on the first step, initially we process it to level 2 land surface temperature data. This data can then directly be ingested. It's analytics ready to our customer, which is, as I said, the analytics companies in the different sectors. So they are going to process it further, for example, to evapotranspiration or to actually an actual insight in terms of here we need more fertilizer, here we need less water or more water. So our initial customers are these analytics companies, but we're already planning on having this, let's say, analytics layer on top of level 2 data.